your footwork, and they're like, 6 years in, why is the quarterback still working on footwork?
Yeah, footwork is a thing you work on. Doesn't matter what year you're in. Year 1, year 10, year 15. You're working on footwork every day. Timing, all that with the routes. I don't think it's a year 6 thing or anything like that. You're doing that constantly. That's day one. That's all throughout the season. You're always working on footwork just to get the timing down, get into a rhythm. I think that's something you always do.
Did you notice something specific? And you don't have to share what it is, but did you notice something specific that you wanted to correct that maybe is leading to some of there were balls at receivers' feet and stuff we don't usually see from Daniel?
Yeah, I don't think that's necessarily footwork per se. I think that's just when you get, to the top and making sure your base is firm. There's a lot of things that go into that. Like, people see a missed pass and think it can be this, but it's really that. There's, you spend a lot of time as a coach and a quarterback in the offseason of going through fundamentals, and you realize that it's not just one little thing. It's, from the start to the end. And then you throw in on top of that, is there pressure? Is there not pressure? Do you have to move? So, no, not one specific thing. You just keep constantly drilling it, working on it, and refining, and, make the same throw sometimes in a game where one you hit and one you don't. And it's just, all right, let's go back and do the one we hit.
Shea, what do you come out of that game trying to coach Daniel at to improve? Like, what, as a quarterback coach, what do you see?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything, again, one specific thing. I think you go back and, you look at the things that were good and praise those. You look at the things that are correctable.
What did you feel like you did well?
I felt like he, for not playing a game in 10 months with live things, I thought he saw things well. I thought the decision-making process was good, and, sometimes you make one faster or slower based on how the defense is, and I think just the timing of getting in there with live bullets and everything like that is the thing that you just got to get back to getting used to. But I think he did make good decisions as far as just operating the offense and going through his progressions.
Go ahead.
How much of your job is the psychology of it? I assume it's a group effort with you, coordinator, head coach, just in terms of, keeping Daniel's mind right in addition to the X's and O's stuff.
Yeah, the thing I'd say about that is I don't ever worry about Daniel's mindset or anything like that. I've said this pretty much since I got here with him. Daniel's the same guy every day. Good, bad, and different. He's the same guy every day. He comes ready to work. I knew when we came in Monday that he was ready to go. He had the same look that he always has on Monday, whether it's good or bad. So that's the thing I appreciate about him, and that's why I like being in the meeting room with him.
Does it hurt you to hear the reaction of the fans in a game like that, where the time and the work he's putting in, and then to hear that quickly?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I'm worried about the game, and I got a headset on. Yeah. I can't hear anything like that. I'm focused on just coaching them and trying to move on to the next play. So I don't think any of us are focused on that. Obviously, we just want to do better.
Shea, is that the challenge of coaching? I mean, everything that we've talked about to this point, just the idea that you see the same guy Monday through Saturday here, and then a game like that happens on Sunday. How do you figure out what's not going well for him, and how do you change that when you don't want to change anything else?
I think it's just, like Dave just said since we've been here, is trust in our process. Do you make little tweaks here and there maybe throughout the week? Sure, you're always trying to do that to improve. I don't think you can pinpoint it on one thing, and I think if you go to the extreme of trying to change everything, then you're not doing what we said since we've been here. What we're going to do is trust in the process. So, game one, we got it out of the way. We'll come back, we'll tweak a couple of things here or there, but I'm confident that we got through the right process of what we're doing and how we're going to go ahead and come out going forward.
One of the
things that analysts who play quarterback analysts in the media say that Daniel's doing is it's almost like he's trying to avoid the catastrophic play and just like, I'll just take the easiest possible route, and if it's an incompletion, lost his aggressiveness, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something you see? How do you coach that out of him?
I don't think it's something I've necessarily seen. You know, our mantra is aggressive, not reckless. So we're going to try and play to that all the time, as much as we can. So certainly we don't want to put the ball in danger, but we want to keep that aggressive mindset.
Did you, since this is the first time all of us have seen him in a real game action, physically does he look the same to you as pre-injury?
Physically he looks the same. Nothing noticeable there. I think he worked hard in the offseason to get to that point, and I think he did that.
Shea, when Drew and Tommy aren't getting reps with the offense because of the way you guys give it all to Daniel, how do you keep those guys ready? What is your procedure for keeping those quarterbacks
Yeah,
ready?
those guys do reps with the scout team. You know, everywhere I've been, that's how it's always been. The starter gets all the reps, and then the other guys go ahead and get in the scout team reps. Or while that's going on, we'll have the other quarterback on the third field going through those same exact plays, and then after practice they take those reps from the script and get them too.
We haven't seen Drew play since he got hurt in that game. How, if for one reason or another he was called on, how is he physically, and what have you seen from him since then to suggest how he would play?
Yeah, I got a lot of confidence in Drew. That's why we brought him in. All through OTAs and training camp, saw really good quarterback, guy who's been in the league for a lot of years, so I got confidence in Drew.
Just want to clarify something. You meant, so after practice, sometimes you'll give Drew and Tommy, let's say, out on the field, the script that Daniel ran.
Yeah, they have it.
Sometimes
All of those
they'll
guys
run it.
have the script, and they'll go and grab a couple of the receivers, throw those routes.
Yeah.
So they
okay.
have them.
Interesting.